are on the air. It's back. This is the Hot Seat Radio Show. Donovan Sadiq, Mr. Moreno Valley, Daryl Terrell, Sean Fortine, and executive producer D. Coulter is in the house. We have a lot to talk about in regards of what's going on in the Moreno Valley and the Inland Empire. We're going to have some questions on my trip to Okinawa, how I'm doing, and I want you guys to realize that I have come to the conclusion that we live in a third world country.
All right now.
And that's from, going to China and seeing what's going on over there. So a good movie to see. I don't know if you've seen this movie. It's called Gung Ho with Michael Keaton in the 80s. It was about a Nissan car. It was a Ron Howard movie. And, in the movie, it was like, oh, nobody beats America.
I didn't see that movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie. It was a big hit like that. And that's the problem we have here. You get so brainwashed thinking, oh, nobody does anything better than America. The only thing that America is exceptional at is our military. Other than that, compared to these other countries, we can't compare. 1.6 billion people in China. And even though the wages are low, they keep all of their people employed. Because if they didn't, people would rise up, right? I went to Shanghai. That's their New York City. More millionaires are concentrated there than anywhere in the world. And I'm talking about major skyscrapers. And just that, if you saw my videos, just the background of what was behind me, it was like, you don't see that here in America. Go to Abu Dhabi. Look over there. Wealth and thing, we talk, we're great and everything. I don't know what it is. Compared to these other countries, we ain't got our crap together. So it's just going to be one of those things. So a lot of stuff going on. Sean's having a problem with his mic as usual. And no, it's fine.
I didn't do anything with it, and it's still falling off.
He doesn't believe us. He thinks we're mic tampering
there we go.
Or something.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's not got a lip. But anyway, just hold on to it and just, or you can sit up closer.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the Moreno Valley thing. Last night, city council meeting. Sean, did you attend or were you watching on TV? I watched on TV.
I was there, and it just, I don't know, Gutierrez never fails to amaze me, and not in a good way.
Okay, for some reason why is it that when they get that mayor seat, because it isn't just Gutierrez. Remember, Molina also had a power trip. They get there, and all of a sudden, I'm the mayor. Don't do this, I'm the man. And he had, how are you an elected official and you are not accountable to anybody?
That's it. I don't know. Whether there's a difference between legal and there's a difference and being transparent and being accountable to the people.
So, what was his major problem?
Power trip, basically. He told Gaiba that he doesn't have to answer any questions. He kept saying he wanted to only appoint people to keep a quorum. That's not a very good way. There's
4 openings though,
and two alternate openings too.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Then why not just promote the 2 alternates up, and then get 2 other alternates? That way you're not rushed to get people.
I'm guessing they didn't stroke his ego and never mind.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's keep it PG at least with that. But there's a problem when Deborah Craig also agrees that something is wrong with this young idiot mayor that we have. And you are an idiot, Mr. Gutierrez. I know you don't listen to the show, but you listen to the show, but you don't listen to the show. So you're an idiot. And you will always be an idiot as far as I'm concerned. And I'm going to keep calling you an idiot, just like that Evan Moron guy. You're a Highland Fairview employee. It is very obvious to us. And we're going to talk about your little stooge, Mr. Cabreras, in just a second. But Daryl, you have some stuff that you had going on. What do you got?
Well, like you were saying, what Sean was talking about, everyone who gets in the mayor think they have all this power. I was reading at the government code, and it says the mayor is a member of the city council, has all the powers and duties of a member of the city council.
Of the city council. He's just elevated city council member.
Except for the issue with the planning commission that he supposedly picked the members, but as we talked about, I think they should have left it as it was and have interviews of potential candidates and have the city council vote on it. and just leave it like it was for the past 30-some years.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. What I do, because I'm not qualified, I would never be picked. So I need idiot mayor to pick me. I have no background. So that's not going to work. This is what we got to do. We got to do it. We got to force it down their throat.
Well, it's saying that, saying that still though, but that's the issue, because like you say, these people think they're the king, or they're like Tom Owens,
right?
And the problem is, you're just a regular council member. That's all you are, except you're elected citywide,
right? And you got to remember this,
yeah.
Idiot mayor. You have to run again in 2 years, and just like your predecessor and your fellow employee, former employee, Tom Owens, you piss enough people off. And just like Victoria Baca found out, and just like a lot of other people will find out, you piss enough people off, you will find your ass up off of that seat quickly.
Yeah. Gutierrez is making enemies with a lot of people that are sharper than him.
Exactly. You know, I mean, and Gaiba wasn't too thrilled, because Gaiba does not like to be... he has an ego within himself, you know, which is okay. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with having an ego, but when you got people that have A personalities, you know, Gaiba's a little older guy. He wants a little respect and stuff like that. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot. And you don't want to piss people like that off, because not only that, you're making enemies within the same fear circle of friends or employees, or however you want to do it, because they were both financed by Highland Fairview. So moving forward, where do you think we're going to go with this planning?
I think it's going to be a pissing contest for a very long time.
I hope you don't make me wait long.
Well, as long as Gutierrez keeps trying to push Brugueras, I think they're going to keep voting no.
Well, I want you guys to know, he was voted by the people. He represents the people. He was voted by the people.
Yeah, and so are the other council members that have to confirm him.
Right. And I think, thank God that process is in there to where he has to be confirmed by the council. And it's going to be interesting going forward. But Daryl?
Well, I think I agree with Sean. It's going to be drawn out, long. It's going
to be a long
hot summer. I call it.
Yeah, spring. I mean, it's going
spring.
to be it's going to be rough, because the election's June 6th.
Well, right? It's also too. It comes with maturity that you have to build consensus. You just don't think I'm the king. If you're the mayor, you should build consensus.
No. He won the mayor. He won the mayorship. And we put the thing in there to let him do what he needs to do for the people. That's why he won overwhelmingly.
Yeah, through a diplomatic process.
Well, sorry. It's a difference being a statesman. You know, being a statesman, you have to build consensus, regardless if you're the mayor voted by the people. Well, we don't have runoff elections, so there was minority of the people.
Well, if we go back by the old way, I am totally unqualified to be on that commissioning board.
Well, we needed a strong vetting process. Right.
Now, you know, and don't get me wrong, I like to make poke fun at my friend Raphael. And what do they say? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Something like that.
Something like that. Uh-huh. So I do that because that is Raphael's mannerisms. He does get a little excited.
Well, he admitted he's not the smartest person or the most literate person.
Right.
That applied.
Right. But yet he was selected. Shouldn't we be selecting our best?
Yeah, we have people that were very well qualified to be on that board that weren't even picked to fill the other positions.
Right, that were available.
Nominated by Gutierrez.
Right. So nothing against Raphael, but it doesn't take a rocket science to see that he works for the Moreno Valley Coalition's job thing.
Yeah.
Which is in Highland Fairview Super PAC.
Yeah.
He petitions for Highland Fairview. He's a Highland Fairview employee. He does get the white envelope, correct? So putting a person that has that resume outright on a board when a Edo project comes through, how do you think he's going to vote? See, it's different if you didn't have that background. Then you're not sure. You don't know what's going on. But there's no doubt he is in Highland Fairview.
He would still be unqualified, but then he's a Highland Fairview student on top of it.
Right. So, that's, to me, that would call into question his accessibility of taking the position because you want somebody on there that doesn't have any liability.
Yeah.
At least the perception of not having a liability of that. This guy is all pro Highland Fairview.
And Raphael, if you're listening, it's democratic, not diplomatic.
So, I'll see you outside after the thing's over. I'll see you outside. Now,
I would say the man has a good heart. I would say
he does.
He's a good person.
He does.
And he's passionate for what he says, and I give my heart goes out to him because he's
Puerto
a good
Rican
man.
blood, that Puerto Rican blood.
He's a good man.
They're just hot blooded and not hot blooded in a bad way. They're hot blooded in the way of they're passionate.
Yeah, I admire that by him because he is a passionate person.
So Raphael, Raphael, if you're listening, and I know you are, even though you don't, but I know you are, but you don't. You're going to fight the fight you're going to do, and good luck to that. Do I think you're qualified? And the funny thing is, the people that are qualified, I'm highly qualified, didn't apply, but a person like me will never be put on the planning commission. Why is that? Let's ask ourselves, why is that? I'll never be put on the commission. The people that are qualified. Are they trying to sabotage Moreno Valley? Shouldn't we be picking the best people? Lori Nichols has been a alternate planning commissioner for 2 years now?
Yeah, I believe she was on the Riverside County Transportation Commission as well.
Right. We have 4 openings. So wouldn't it be easier to promote the 2 alternates and then put 2 other alternates so that they have time to learn the job? So here's my suggestion. Why not make Raphael an alternate?
I don't know if he's even qualified for that.
But he has time to learn the job. Then he can be qualified when another position opens up.
Yeah, I agree.
That's too much like right!
Oh my God!
I don't know. I think he might need some remedial reading and writing classes at Moreno Valley College first.
Well, he is a Highland Fairview employee, and they're going to be making that big library, supposedly, according to the EIR or whatever Ito's supposed to do.
Until Ito wants it for another infrastructure project for his property.
Right, exactly, and bring the value up of his property. So, but
the other one that really amazes me lately is Luis Palomares. I usually don't bringing up individuals that aren't on the council or in politics, but essentially...
No, you're wrong. Louise is on the council because she went to that thing overseas and wore a badge at the council thing where they're supposed to go through the ethics. So she's a de facto council member.
Well, still, I want to talk about her comments on that are public record. That that it's supposed to be a forum for intelligent discussion about infrastructure and the future of our economy. And Luis Palomares is up there name calling, not even saying anything useful, just calling people sea hags and all this other crap.
Wait, sea hags.
Be nice.
Wait, sea hags. Was LaDonna Jimson there? I mean, who was she talking about?
She was talking about Lindsay Robinson and Kathleen Dale and.
Oh wow! Now, Louise should not be talking.
Be nice
about sea hags and all this. I mean, because every time I look at her, I think of witches.
Is that the one where somebody made the meme, the voodoo that
the voodoo that you do, witchy poo,
I mean,
that's sad.
There's a lot of people that don't like each other, but there's just...
you can be civil.
There's a venom about her. She takes it very personally and wants it to tear at people.
And here's my thing.
And it's not appropriate for the venue.
Well, again, you remember that meme that had her smiling and saying, "Welcome to Moreno Valley"?
Yes.
Anyway, whatever happened to people having an opinion, be it right or wrong, and just saying, "Hey, I might not agree with you, but that's your opinion. You go ahead and go with that. I don't have to demean you." And all the Highland Fairview employees call me Sadiq. Is that what they call me, Sadiq?
Yes,
yeah.
Sadiq.
Yeah,
Mr.
Donovan Sadiq. Right. So.
Well, maybe they just are reading it wrong.
Right. So but you know what? I laugh at that because if that's how you feel and that's the language that you use, it's just a reflection of who you are.
Well, it's the same thing. Break down the core. I mean, we can disagree to disagree. But like I said, again, you don't, because I disagree with you, I don't hate your guts.
Right.
There's people over the years, this has been embedded in the city hall, that what you were talking about, this evilness
Yeah.
and vengeance, is just the fact that people haven't grown up yet.
Right. It's
Been
my way.
adults because
Yeah, it's all me or nothing.
yeah, because if I disagree with somebody, that's fine. That's okay. I still respect you, but I'm not going to go out there, I hate your guts,
Right.
you this, you that.
Meet you outside.
I said, yeah.
Yeah, you don't go fleeing insults out into the lobby in the parking lot afterwards, and the cop has to escort people to their cars.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not trying to be, and everybody knows I'm not middle of the road. Everything with me, I don't operate in gray. Everything with me is black and white. But what I've noticed, especially in towns that have a high Hispanic population from Mexico, now, whatever reason you came to this country for, God bless you. But you left that country maybe because of the corruption or maybe because of the way they do things there. Why would you want to take those values and bring it here? And that's what I see a lot of their tactics doing. You know, they're bringing those bully tactics and those things to where people don't want to come to the council.
And even if they don't do bully tactics, they still want to give Gutierrez absolute power.
Right. And we don't do that here in America. We have checks and balances. So speaking of which, we're going to be...
One thing I do like is the new bailiff, though.
Yeah, but whatever happened to David Caruso bailiff?
I don't know.
Maybe they moved him to the school thing. Because here's my thing. Okay, Louise was calling names or whatever the deal is, and that's her right, freedom of speech. But we have Evan Moron who likes to simulate rape against women. And if that's his way of expressing himself and using homophobic, racist, and sexist slurs, if nobody's outraged by that, and he's on the school board, what's the problem? Doesn't everybody simulate rape?
Not that I know of.
No.
I don't think that's normal.
Oh, but we got a guy on the school board that does, and he's still on the school board.
That's pretty abnormal.
Ah, gotcha.
I mean, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I don't know anyone else that simulates kidnapping and rape and puts it on YouTube and doesn't see a problem with it. That
Right.
Doesn't see a reason to take it down.
Right. Doesn't seem to take it down and wants to be around young girls at a school.
I mean, who plays like that? Do you play with rape?
Here's my question.
Why is a 27-year-old playing like with that?
Right. But here's my overall question. He's 33 this year. He'll be 33.
Yeah, but he was like about 27 when he did it.
Yeah, but he was a young man. Hello. Here's my question. Now that we're getting on that topic, let's talk about some of the candidates that are running. Mr. Ulysses Cabreras. We've already seen his signs.
Yep.
He's already got his signs up now. How old is he? About 20?
I'm not sure.
I heard he was 21.
Yeah, about 21, 22. He has so many degrees. He says he's from Moreno Valley, even though he came from Texas. And he, on his Facebook page, it says Texas. And I've invited him on the show. And of course, once you do that, and probably idiot mayor told him, if Sadiq invited you on the show, don't go.
Is that Gutierrez or Raphael?
Or Raphael, whoever. They're all the same. Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Let me do my...
Get it right now, because
let me do my idiot mayor impression. Duh.
Oh, God.
Duh. And duh. You guys understand what I'm saying?
Now it's clear. Yes,
Okay, it's clear. So that's the difference. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, you probably have to cut your nuts off.
Right. So we got this guy Cabreras, 20-something years old. He's backed by criminal Victoria Baca and Highland Fairview and Deep Pocket. So he's got his signs out. You see the same tactic. But what you realize is there's only 4 people running in this election, which makes it a lot easier to monitor the ROV and how the election is going to be run and, numbers like that. So he's from Texas. On his Facebook page, he claims he's from Texas, but yet I invited him on the show. Of course, they don't want to come on the show, which to me is a red flag right there, because what do you have to fear to come on this show? We don't attack people on the show that have to come on the show that I'm aware of. Have you been attacking people?
No.
Okay, so because that's what you got to watch out. Deal get you. So
yeah, we may ask hardball questions, but we don't like throw insults.
Right? Yeah, we don't. We're going to let you introduce yourself. Here's this 20-something-year-old kid who was taught by Gutierrez, and by the way, duh. I live at home with my mommy and my daddy.
Oh my gosh.
So our idiot mayor taught this guy or whatever, and you got to, to me right there, the minute you're in a picture shaking this idiot mayor's hand, you're suspect right there. And you've got this guy's full endorsement, you're a suspect. What do you guys think?
Well, so then what other than him being associated with Gutierrez is of concern?
Well,
he's another unknown.
He's another unknown,
okay.
and as we do our background searches, there is a Ulysses Carreras that has a record of fleeing police, DUI, and a few other things. And I asked...
We're still waiting to
verify.
To verify that it's the same person.
Yeah, because we asked him specifically, is this you or, whatever, and he denies that claim.
Also, he's saying it's a different
Ulysses
Carreras. How you say it. Okay.
Right, but that's almost like saying...
I'm sure there's a lot of people named Cabrera, but I don't think there's a whole lot of people named
Ulysses,
Cabrera.
exactly.
Right.
Ulysses. Like I said, there's not a lot of Donovan Sadiq. So...
Yeah, because both of those names together are just unique.
They're very unique.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to know about that.
Mm-hmm.
He says he has these degrees, which is it's better than a DeVry University degree, Mr. Evan Moron. So he's got these degrees, but again, you can see that he's being coached. He doesn't really know what's going on. He's either, there was a question asked to him, does he live here or does he live in Texas? And he's like, well, I'm between. My mom is over here, and I go between the two. So he
affirmatively say that he's a resident of Moreno Valley.
Well, he says he's a product of the school systems here, and he's from here, right? Isn't that what he says?
I don't know. I haven't heard that much from him.
Yeah, and then when questions are asked of him, he either does the Highland Fairview thing by deleting the questions or doing something else. But so far, what do you think of Mr. Cabarrus, Mr. Moreno Valley?
Well, there's a lot of unknown questions. Again, what have you done specifically in the city? What are your ideas? The number one's going to ask, what are your ideas? Two, your qualifications, your education. You got to ask the tough questions. And I met him, seemed like a nice guy. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, being nice, you got to have some substance behind you.
Right.
What do you know about the 4th District? What are your plans for the people in the 4th District?
And how long have you lived in the 4th District?
Well,
it seems like he just popped up out of nowhere.
And that's kind of the issues. That, like I say, a nice guy, but nice need substance. Where's the substance behind that?
Right. What do you think, Sean? Other than him being unknown.
I think being unknown, that's a big problem right there. Is that we don't know that we don't know his education. For sure, we don't know whether or not he has a criminal record. If it's the same person. We don't know what his policies are or his plans are. We don't know about his future ambitions. We don't know if he's going to be like Gutierrez and consider and act like public comments are punishment.
Right.
We don't know anything that would give us reason to support this guy.
Right. Well, I mean, Evan Moron, failure to appear moron, had an extensive criminal record. And the day that the story came out, that's when he went down to the courthouse to make arrangements.
Yeah.
And things. So it just seems to me...
Better late than never.
it just seems to me Highland Fairview just picks these people that just have... I mean, why not pick somebody that has nothing in their background and say, okay, well, this is a standard candidate that we can go with. Now, Dee, you're a political person. What is your take on that?
Well, I'm not really a political person. I'm like a common sense person.
Yeah,
but I think there's people without a tainted background that would still take the money.
Right. Take the white envelope, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
you write me a big enough check. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
well, I'm just saying.
I've always said that. My problem is, I have too much honesty. If the money is right, hey, I'm taking it. Who wouldn't?
There's a lot of people who would. So right. I don't understand why he's getting people with very flawed backgrounds.
Right, and keeping the city in turmoil. That's what I think the problem is. Can we run ethical candidates? Now, speaking of an ethical candidate, let's talk about Dee. Let's talk about what is this young lady's name? Miss Bernard?
Yes.
Refer to your note there. What do you got?
Well, there's not a lot to know about her.
Right.
Yet.
And that's your report. No, it's kind of like, Dee, tell us about this young lady. There's not a lot to know about her.
Yeah, the same problem as Cabrera, basically, except for not being friends with Gutierrez.
Right. Now, I did invite Miss Bernard on the show, and I'm going to meet with her tomorrow at 6:00.
I believe her name is Shay Linda.
Shay Linda.
Yes.
Okay, Shay Linda. Shay. Can I say Shay?
It's probably better to call her Shay Linda.
Okay, Shay Linda. I'm sorry. Well, I'm just saying that's a hard name to roll off your tongue. So I was trying to go with the phonics. Got to do it.
Yes.
But okay, so here's what I found out about Shay Linda. She's recently married, which is good. That's a plus. I asked her specifically, "Why are you running?" And she said because she wants to galvanize the city, and she says that basically she is not running to represent District 4. That's what I got out of her statement. She says she is running to represent the city.
But she didn't say she wasn't running to represent
No,
District
exactly.
4.
But I'm telling you what I got
Right.
out of it. She's basically saying, I'm going to be running to represent 2,000 people versus 30,000 people. And to me, that's the wrong... If I was in District 4, just like I told Victoria Baca before she got recalled, you are here to represent us first. Damn the rest of the districts because they've got representatives.
Well, if I wanted to look at it from that point of view, play devil's advocate or what have you, ultimately she is going to be representing 200,000 plus people. Her decision will factor in with the rest.
Right.
Her job description is to represent those 30,000 people
first,
primarily.
Right.
Not that gives her authorization to do something that screws the rest of the city, but her primary job description is to look after those people in her district.
Right. Now Victoria Baca has come back on the seat here after defeating bank robber Jensen. Mm-hmm. And she has done nothing, because you look at the slumlords over there that we were fighting, the area has reverted right back because she refuses to do it.
Let me say this. From what I've heard about Victoria Baca, it doesn't sound like she's that great of a person.
No, but I'll fight for you.
As far as a city council member, I guess we can all agree with that. Right. But, however, you and I went over there to where the slumlords are operating, spoke to those people. We've seen the conditions to which they live. It's horrible. Right. It's bad, to say the least. You asked those people to show up to your debate. I mean, they live...
Right around the corner.
2-minute walk around the corner, probably literally. Oh yeah, we're coming. We're going to be there. Now this man is out there fighting, writing letters, talking to different people, getting just like the hole. You got this hole where water is just pouring in this lady's house. Did they show up? Matter of fact, 20 minutes before you and I went to open up the building to start the debate, we saw one of the men. You helped. Oh yeah, I'm going to go get Miss So-and-so. We're walking right over. Did he show up?
I don't know.
He didn't show up.
I was
so the point
at that
thing. Why would Victoria care about those people? Hell, they don't care about
because
themselves.
She said she's going to fight for us.
I mean, you fight for people who want you to fight for them. Like you had to make this lady, take action about her. I mean, not to disrespect this lady, but how dead mentally do you have to be to pay rent somewhere where you got a... Now, I'm not talking about a pin-size hole, but just like a big
gash.
You can see the sun out of this hole.
Yeah, it was a sunroof.
I mean, literally. So I don't know.
So
I agree with Dean on that. I think because the same thing, you got to care about your neighborhood. Right. You got to care. I mean, you're doing all the... you're doing things to help these folks, empower them. And when it comes down to something that really means something to their future, you got to ask yourself. But that doesn't mean you stop fighting. But folks got to start.
I'm getting tired.
I know, but what I'm saying is people have to start taking responsibility.
But on the other side, those neighborhoods are a detriment to
the city as a whole
that do actually care.
Right, and to the city as a whole.
Yeah.
So, like I told Victoria Baca, your primary thing first is to deal with our interests first. The city, that's a secondary thing. But like Sean said, she does more time representing District 3 and 4 than she does District 1.
Why? Does anybody?
Because she's a Highland Fairview employee.
Well,
that's why. So, I mean, you can refute me all you want, but look at the 460s. It'll tell you everything. And speaking of criminal Victoria Baca, you guys be ready I've said it before. I said it last year. There's a FPPC violation coming down. And guess who's involved once again?
Kermit the Frog.
Close.
Now, see, that was you drawing the correlation, not me.
Close. Do not be surprised that a similar name keeps coming up with that. And also, the IRS, I have a friend at the IRS, and they are looking into some impropriety by guess who?
Kermit the Frog.
Close. So stay tuned. Now, I know Highland Fairview employees are listening to this broadcast, and I know you don't listen, but you listen, but you don't listen, but you don't listen, but you don't listen. Remember, I do not bluff. If I say something, D,
pretty much happens.
It pretty much happens. Yeah. So clean up your act, clean up your 460s. Really 2 violations going on by a person that's on the school board. You want to guess who that is? Another Highland Fairview employee who gets the white envelope. Mr. Army Man for 10 months.
You know what?
Did that narrow it down for you?
I think so.
Okay.
I think I have an idea.
He simulates forcible rape against women?
Oh, now I definitely know who
you know what you're talking about? Yeah. Okay. So you guys stay tuned. We're going to be covering that. The press, nothing against the press enterprise, but this is why we do this show, because we cover stuff that nobody else is going to talk about. And this is why these people hate my guts. They hate what I do, because we put the information out there, and these are the facts. This is what's going to be coming down. So stay tuned for that. So, Chief Commissioner Baker, he's running. D, first on the loop. What is your take on Chief Baker?
Well, just from what my conversation with you, we did discuss all 4 candidates. Sounds like I know you call Darrell Mr. Moreno Valley.
Yes,
he sounds like he's the OG Mr. Moreno Valley.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That's very true.
That's what I'm going for.
Every
you got
picture,
2 months to the election, roughly.
Yeah. Every picture that you see, every event, hey, Commissioner Baker's in those pictures. I mean, he's at every event. He shows up.
The question I have, and I've met him a couple times, very nice gentleman. He's in the pictures, but what is he doing in the pictures? Or are they just pictures? Because I don't know, so I'm not trying to disrespect him. Yeah. But is he actually involved in?
Well, yeah, everybody knows. Remember, he's the guy that lights up the
M
and the Parks and Rec, and he's been on the commission for a while.
That's pretty awesome.
Right. So he has name recognition. People know him. People like him. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't have a dog in the fight. A lot of us here, we don't have a dog in the fight, and we have our favorites and stuff. But like I said, to me, he would be the front runner because he has inside information and he knows people and he does show up to the council. And he doesn't speak much on it, but I would say I would give him the inside track right now. So, Darrell, what's your on your counterpart, Mr. Moreno Valley?
Very nice guy. Yeah. He could be like what do you say? A brother from another mother. I like him. Right. He's a very nice. He's involved and he has a good heart.
Good heart.
Very good heart.
But do you think that he'd be strong enough to fight Ito and because he never really I know him. I don't know his position against the WLC and all the things like that.
That's a question mark. Right. Because you're gonna need somebody on the council that's gonna have to be able to withstand the onslaught from Highland Fairview, and he had to be able to make good decisions, be able to listen to others, but he's going to have to make the decision himself.
Right.
But he can't be wishy-washy. He just got to be strong, stern, and advocate for the people. And I believe he would do that in the 4th district because he has a caring heart, and I know he would be a fighter.
Right. Well,
but will he
stand up?
Question mark.
LaDonna Jensen said she would be a fighter, and she let those people steamroll her every time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. On paper and what I've seen, and it's hard. But the thing is, when it comes down to it, will you be there like the lady with the hole safe there? So there's probably someone over there in the 4th district that don't have a hole in the roof. Maybe they got falling down fence and they can't fix or something that will he be able to go there and stay on it and follow up and reassure that person that it gets done, or will you just go hi?
Yeah, hi.
I've got big questions about how close he is to Gutierrez.
And why do you say that?
Because he nominated him for the planning commission.
Really?
Wow.
Did not know that.
Yeah, it was one of the two people that Gutierrez picked.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, is this the same? Are you talking about two Bakers though? There's
Yes,
one
there's an older Baker,
Yeah.
There's an older Baker, and then there's that.
Yeah,
younger
that's what I'm
Baker.
saying.
We're talking about Commissioner Baker. Commissioner Baker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because I'm like,
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that was a bomb drop.
I think we should. I think we should take a look at who his friends are and who his past business contacts are and
Right.
who he keeps company with.
Right.
Yeah,
and
I
of
agree.
course, we know you've got several pages that are doing that, that are doing background checks on people like that.
So with those people, I know you got one more I think you need to talk
Yes.
about. Oh, go ahead.
Yes. Diaz. Hector Diaz. He ran for assembly against Jose Medina. What's your take on that, Sean?
I'm hesitant about him.
Well, he's a Republican. He's a business owner, and he's against Obamacare and
Well, he's also
lower taxes.
Well, he's also very close to. He was also supported heavily by Marshall Scott, who was very close to Ito.
Right. That's true. So, I mean,
is there anybody not connected to Ito?
me,
Are we sure?
I haven't received the white envelope
How do
yet
we know?
because I just said so.
Your house is pretty sticky.
I do a lot of DIY, DIY. Okay, but no, I happen to have met Hector Diaz myself. Really nice guy. He owns the restaurant La Caliente across the street over there. Mm-hmm. He's a business owner. He's really for lower taxes. But golly, the Bush tax cuts were made permanent. I mean, how many tax? Somebody's got to pay for the infrastructure around this country. Somebody's got to pay. So, I'm against him on that. I disagree with him on that, against him. I disagree with him on that. The Obamacare thing, I disagree with that because there's a lot of people in this town, we are in a poor town, that are on Trump care, whatever you want to call it.
Is that what they're
ACA,
calling it now?
yeah.
Okay.
ACA, whatever you want to call it. And if that gets repealed, there's nothing to replace it. You're going to have a lot of pissed off people here that are going to be stuck in that emergency.
Well, right now, I don't see anything pass on that for at least 6 months. For big things like that, Congress usually bickers for a good 6 months.
Right. Well, Trump went in there gangster style and was like, "You better vote for this, or you guys are going to have some consequences."
Well, you heard
Obama tried.
Right.
Obama tried to do that a couple of times too, and it didn't work either.
Right. Well, when once the Republicans got control of Congress, but before then they were steamrolling everybody.
Yeah. Well, even then, even when the Democrats had control of Congress and with Obama president, it still took a good 6 months for them to bicker and hash out Obamacare.
Right. So with Mr. Diaz, he ran for assembly. He lost. I think he got 30% of the vote when he ran against 30-something percent. It was a high percentage of 30. And I think 37% was the final number. And he's, my question is, okay, you ran for assembly. Now you're running for this. Are you another Denise Fleming? I need to get elected to something. I'm Dr. Denise Fleming. Elect me to something.
Her and Raphael sound a lot alike too.
Well, they might be brothers. It could be. It could be. Daryl. Sorry, Daryl's about to spit up his water over here. So,
oh my God! Okay,
Hector Diaz. What's your take?
I like him.
Okay.
He's like, again, I see a lot of things, but again, it goes down the same question: what are you going to do for the fourth? What are your plans for public safety? What are you going to do about jobs? Specifics. It's not this vague stuff that I'm going to protect the community. How are you going to do that? How are you going to create jobs? Or you can create jobs, but how are you going to create the environment or the atmosphere for job creation to take place?
Right.
It's a lot of issues that needs to be answered first. Mm-hmm. And that's still a question mark. Okay. Like I said, with all the candidates, it's no more the generalizing stuff. I mean, we live in Edgemont. Mm-hmm. Well, there has to be that same type of focus. What are you going to do about the fourth district? What are the issues there? How are you going to take care of it? No generalizing, just specifics.
Specific. You need specific.
Yeah, you can't say, well, I'm going to create. Okay, how? You saying all these jobs. How are you going to do this?
Right. Well, another issue that's come up in the recent election is, okay, you have a board that has, you have 33% black. That's a third of the city.
That's a pretty good amount.
We have no black representation on the council, nor on the planning commission. What do we do about that?
Yeah,
not that it's an issue, but my question is, in the 4th district, you have a high.
It is an issue because if the black people are
not
a third
participating.
of the population, they should have some representation. However, how many black residents are getting out there and voting their interests?
None.
Okay. The other thing is, just because you're black
doesn't mean somebody's
doesn't
vote
mean
for
you're
you.
qualified.
Right. True.
So there's a lot going on there. But we know, especially with local elections, people in general don't turn out as much as they would for the general, the big election, I guess you'd call it. And we also know that black people struggle getting to the polls, especially for a local election.
True.
So
true. But then at the same time, so like I said, somebody just texted me just now and said, "Well, you got white people representation because white people are a third of the city as well." So, do we have any white people on the council?
Gaiba, isn't he?
Gaiba.
Yeah, Gaiba. That's right, Gaiba.
I think it comes down to, do we have are those which communities are bringing people with qualifications to the ballot box?
I think what you're trying to say is I'm not qualified to be on the planning commission. I'm backed by Edo Benfizi.
There's a lot of people that aren't qualified that want to run for politics, and most of the time, well, except in Reno Valley, a lot of them get voted out.
True. And there's a lot of issues going on, as we move forward in this election and what's going to happen here. A lot of corruption's coming down. Again, I'm going to say it again. There is a certain council member and a certain school board member who are both Highland Fairview employees, where an FPPC violation is going to come down and an IRS penalty might come down. And stay tuned to this channel to see what's going to be happening with that, as we're going to report on that.
I guess the question I have is, do people really care? I mean, I know you care, I know you guys care, but overall, do people really care?
Well, when they're in the matrix and you're being distracted, it's hard to care when by the time you realize what's going on, the law's already passed.
Well, I guess not only the question of do people care, but are they... I don't want to sound disrespectful, but do they educate themselves, and are they engaged enough to say, well, I heard there's a PPC violation coming down, so let me see what that's about. Well,
I'm going to tell you this, and this is what we started to do with this page. We started expanding the groups. So whenever we put a radio show out, we're averaging now about 11,000 people in the Inland Empire knowing what's going on. We're getting invites from Mark Chicano and Jose Medina, all these politicians will come cover us. This is what we're doing, and they're reporting to us. And a lot of people are in these different groups. So this is where they get a lot of their information, because these are the millennials and people that are really mattering. So the people are starting to wake up. You got corruption in Beaumont. You got corruption that just happened in Palm Springs, or didn't just happen, but they just indicted the guy. So people are just getting tired of it. So it's just a matter of time before people say, what is going on in Reno Valley? Nobody wants to buy a house near a warehouse. It's not going to happen.
I mean, I don't even live out here, but just driving over here it's a nightmare. I mean, it should take me 13 to 15 minutes to get from my house to your house.
Right.
It takes me sometimes like 30 to 40 minutes.
Right. And that's where we're at today. So,
I think it seems like we have a lot more complacency in our elections than a lot of other towns. I kind of think that maybe if we had endorsements from Kim Kardashian, Chris Brown, or even some lucha league wrestler, then maybe we would actually get some people to pay attention to what's going on.
Right. Hey, we're still going to talk. That's the end of our first section, this first hour, we are going to be back talking about a little bit more because we got a lot to talk about, especially with these candidates, what's going on with Highland Fairview, and what's going on in the city of Moreno Valley. So please stay tuned.